Das Forum Nordicum wird unterstützt durch die deutsche Avia Mineralöl GmbH.
So we can go directly to the presentation that is based around the renovations we plan for the World Championships Biathlon, which Nové Město will host in February 2024. The total budget for the renovation is roughly about 20 million euro. A budget not so easy to secure these days, but hopefully we have now everything underway, including written securities by the Czech government. So the reconstruction has already got underway. The main points for the reconstruction, because is to make the venue competitive even in future. The goal is to renovate all technologies and infrastructure so that it is compatible and can host major either biathlon or FIS events, and also we host mountain biking events by the UCI in summertime, and the goal is to keep it renovated so that it's up to date till at least 2035 for another 12 years. We will see how fast the time flies, but that's the goal. Of course, it's not only major competitions that Nové Město is about. We are a national training center, so all year long we have athletes either from national teams or Czech major clubs, and also foreign athletes coming in for training. I guess that's the same for all other big venues. So also the plan is, when we do the reconstruction, that we also use the facilities in and out of the competitions so that they are basically functional all year long. And of course, because we have this sustainability topic, which is quite hot also in Czech Republic on the international sports scene, the goal is also to replace many of the mobile structures we've used in previous events, which basically meant tens and tens of trucks bringing in equipment and then bringing it out. So we hope to reduce this at least by 50%. And also we built the new buildings so that they are really low on energy requirements, and they are basically nature friendly. So we used a lot of wooden materials and materials close to nature. And in general also the venue should be now more friendly and to the visitors, not only at the events but also out of the events, because we have tens of thousands of visitors coming to Vysočina Arena all year long for either for cross-country skiing or for mountain biking, running, jogging. So basically the venue lives, like, let's say, not 365 days a year. We have also periods of bad weather, but when the weather is good, there are really thousands of people coming in to do their sports. The timeline, just to get back to where we started, in November 2020, we were assigned the organization of the IBU World Championships Biathlon 2024. And from then on, we've started to work on the design and architecture, and also on construction permits, which finally we closed down this February, and then we could start the tender process for construction suppliers. That's really important for us because all the money is funded by the government, either regional or national, and then we have really strict measures of how we can proceed with the construction and how we do the tenders, so that everything is legal and we don't run into any traps. The reconstruction of the venue started this September. We will run it in 2 phases because in March we have the Biathlon IBU World Cup, our test event for the World Championships. So that means that we need to stop some structures for that event, and also to secure the winter season, and then we will continue from April till end of the year of 2023, where everything should be finished and the venue should be getting ready for the IBU World Championships, which we host in February 6th. That's the day when the event starts, and it's till February 18th. These are the main new structures around which the renovation is built. So for us, logistically, the key point is the renovation of the stadium, and that connects also to the new course crossing, which we move some 50 meters out of the stadium, and it will enable us to extend the surface of the stadium, because we ran into some narrow areas there, especially on the run out of the stadium. So now it will be all leveled, and hopefully will provide for better competitions and also better event logistics. We will also renovate, that should be of an interest for you, the media building, which is quite old now, about 15 years, and that will also mean an improvement to media logistics, because the commentary cabins will be put right on the top of the roof of the media building, so all the media will be in one space. And before that, when we had the commentator cabins on top of the D stands, there we had a lot of issues with commentators being late for the mix zone, because they had to go through all the spectators, and it was never easy to guarantee direct access. We will also add some offices to the already existing office area building, where we have background facilities and basically facilities for organizers. And the key building of this whole plan is the building of the new athletes facility, which will be a huge building which will accommodate family club, service cabins, wax cabins. It will have also accommodation facilities on top. There will be gym inside with weight room, and so that athletes have really good conditions throughout the event, and they don't have to stay in these temporary cabins which we used to build till now. And of course we will also extend the service and wax cabin areas, and then we will also the garage complex where we keep our grooming machines and all the technology that also needs to be renovated, because it's quite outdated. So looking in detail into individual parts of the renovation. As you can see, is there a pointer? Oh, yes. This is where the old bridge and the old crossing was. So that will be closed down, and the whole area will be leveled to extend the stadium. And the new course crossing will be built here with the tunnel. We will also renovate the shooting range so that it can accommodate the LED walls, which are now a standard for biathlon events, so that the spectators can always see which athlete shoots at which target. It makes it really good for spectators, and we are really happy that this technology has become a standard now. And we'll be glad that our venue will be up to date to this. And also what is important about these changes regarding training is that now we will be able to have the same courses for winter and summer training. So there will be no different course design, summer and winter. This is the media building I've talked about. You can see it now in detail. So we will renovate the top floor, and on top of that we will build permanent commentary cabins which will have direct access to the media rooms. I think I've said more or less most I could about it. For us, it now makes really sense that we will have all media inside one building, and we will not have to be moving them around. And we believe you will also, and your commentator friends will also appreciate this. Of course, what's also good about these commentator cabins is that you have now really central view of the shooting range, and there will be no one standing in your view. Of course, we also think about the visitors and spectators. We used to have hundreds of mobile toilets, which we hope to replace now with more modern standard toilets all year long. So this is also an important step towards higher sanitary of the venue. And and that now we also, another thing which is important for us regarding organization is the extension of the office area building. Because so far the building's quite big, but we still missed some offices, especially at major events, which we had to replace with temporary cabins, which wasn't always so practical. So we add this little building on the right. This is the existing building, and this building will be added to it. On the top 2 floors, we will have the offices, and at the bottom, we will have a technical room for the shooting range, so that they don't have to transport the mats and all the extra equipment they need for the service in and out. So for our shooting range chief, that's a very good news. And on the front floor, on the front side of the building, we will have a structure for LED wall. So the building will be also used as a support for a huge LED wall during the major events. Yeah, this is the key building and a key element to the new reconstruction. This is the team facility building. As I've already told you, it will accommodate the family club. It will be a meeting area for all the athletes coming in, coaches, servicemen. On the ground floor, we will have wax and service cabins. The middle floor, these will be the 2 large meeting rooms, which will also serve as gym and weight rooms. And on top floor, we will have accommodation, which will be also used as changing room during major events, or accommodation facilities for athletes when they come for training camps, etc., etc. This is really a huge help for us, because if you can remember now, we've always had these huge grandstands which we had to build from scaffolding. It took us about 2 months to construct this structure, and then also another 3 weeks to take it down. So it meant a lot of trucks coming in just for a few days, especially at the World Cups. And we hope now that this building will take it all together, because we also had to have cabins which basically we connected together to make one big family club, and it wasn't so practical, and it really was not so good for the people of Nové Město, because they had really huge traffic in around the events. Yeah, that is also connected to the reconstruction and extension of service facilities. So we will add 2 extra segments of wax and service cabins, because so far we had enough but not enough. So or we had many but not enough. And also we think about the logistics. So the service cabins for the partners will face different direction than the wax cabins for the teams. So also logistically it should work. It should work during the major events. Yeah, the last thing, which is more or less important for us, but we are still, no matter the size of the Vysočina Arena venue, we still struggle with back facilities, and this should help us to have proper buildings where we can repair our technology, which we can use for storing of snow guns, of storing of grooming machines, and everything that is needed to secure basically all year long operation of the venue. Apart from that, and apart from building extra facilities, we also will renovate the stadium and track lighting. We will replace it with a modern LED technology, because the current lighting is basically over 10 years old, so it has high demands for energy. So this LED new technology should also help us to conserve a lot of energy. And we will also renovate optical and data network, because many more TV companies want to send TV pictures via data. So we will have also direct IP camera plugins at intermediate points, and all this infrastructure that belongs to 21st century. Yeah, and hand in hand it goes together with the renovation of the power supply network. And we are now working on a technology that will allow us to have direct venue backup all year long. So we will not have to transport diesel technologies in and out. We will have them permanently installed, and we will have basically the whole venue backed up for 24/7. That's all from my side. Does anyone have any questions regarding to what was mentioned in the presentation? No, that's good. So can hand the floor over to Thorsten.
Thank you. Thank you, Jens. Thank you for your presentation.
Das Forum Nordicum wird unterstützt durch die deutsche Avia Mineralöl GmbH.